Hi, everyone. So I know we have a very diverse audience here, and everyone at different stages of life. But the topic today is, I think, relevant in different ways for people at different stages of life. The topic is, in one word, one of the buzzwords of today is presence, is being present. But how it's brought out in a certain context, specifically with the way I actually came across this sikha, is I had a question which was bothering me very much. It was when I was in Zal over here in Yeshiva Al Chabad, and I wanted to know why we have this almost like this paradox in the way we're living our lives, where we're talking so much about how we're looking forward to and anticipating in a very real way a time of Mashiach, and that's like really, really coming, and something no matter what, even though it's been so long, with all our different hang-ups, etc. But this is something we really, really believe in strongly, that it's coming at any moment, in such a passionate, real way. That's one really big part of our lives. And at the same time, we don't live life that way. We live life in a very functional, practical way where we make long-term plans. And I don't just mean like from a skeptical place. I feel like we do that encouraged to by Torah. And I feel like even from stories we hear about the Rebbe, there's like almost like these two opposite sides of the coin, where on the one hand, there's this like excitement and this like real strong passion and conviction that Mashiach's coming any moment. And then there's this like these game plans which are super not relevant. They're just not going to be relevant when Mashiach comes. Like a lot of game plans that the Rebbe himself encouraged in a very real way that are just not going to be relevant. Yet, some things will be relevant in a different way, but some things are just not going to be relevant. Yet we plan for, it could be a 30-year plan, and we're going to do it, and we're going to invest in a real way. So that's how I came across this sikha. Someone referred it to me, and then someone recommended I read it. And then also when it comes to, this question is also, I guess, it could be with early stages of education. Sometimes with our kids when they're young, it could feel very like, it doesn't feel super, super important. It doesn't feel, again, every person feels differently. Maybe when you have older kids, you could feel like you see where this is going, but sometimes I myself struggle, my kids are very little, like how big of an impact does these little things make? And it's not always easy to see so quickly. And then in general, when you're dealing with something which seems as a preparatory stage, right? Like chinuch as a preparatory stage, we're going to see galus as a preparatory stage, or anything which seems to be preparatory, seems to be like a stage before the main goal. It's very hard to see that with tremendous value and really be present there. So there's this beautiful story which the Rebbe brings in the Sikha in Pinchas Tafshin on Aleph, and the Rebbe brings story with Rabbi Shab. The Rabbi Shab is Farbringing. He only Farbringed, I believe, 3 times a year, and this one was on Yuftas Kislev. And he sensed that the Chassidim were singing the nigunim, especially one nigun they saw. He sensed that the Chassidim were singing the nigun very quickly. And he realized they wanted to hear the Chassidus. They wanted to hear it directly from him, by a Fabring, and they really wanted that. They didn't want to get, too involved in the niggin. They wanted to hurry things up. So he shifted into speaking elaborately about the idea of being a pnimi, being totally present in what you're doing now, no matter what's happening and where this is going to bring you to. And the idea there was that it's printed in Torah Shalom, that if in order to get the chassidus, in order to get to the goal that you want to get, you must be fully present by the hachana niggin. The niggin before, you have to be so present as if this is where it's at. This is all that exists. This is where it is, and I'm there in my entirety. And when I am only through being there, totally present, will I attain and will I get to my goal in a complete way. The way that Tzemach Tzedek brought it out was or at least we're fleshing that the idea of Machda Eretz Yisrael, make this place you're in, outside of Israel, but make this place Eretz Yisrael. And in respect to really the way the Rogatchover puts it, is that even a preparatory stage in Avodas Hashem takes on value for itself. Which means like this. I'll start with the first question. The natural way, the natural reason we think about when we make plans for the long term is almost like an in case perspective. Like, in case Mashiach doesn't come, chas v'shalom, I want to make sure I have, retirement savings, or I want to make sure my kids have this and this set up for them, or whatever it is. We make these plans, and in our head we're thinking in case, just in case, chas v'shalom. And the message of this sikh, which is so powerful, is that not only is it not in case, if you really believe Mashiach, and you really want Mashiach to be what Mashiach is, which is what we all know. Mashiach is what? Is the completion of Yiddishkeit. Yiddishkeit, Torah, mitzvahs, Hashem, Yidden. Right? Yidden are not supposed to be in the state they are now. Right? We're not supposed to be Yidden in hostage or Yidden suffering, etc. Torah is not supposed to be in the state it is now. So it's much more, meaning Baruch Hashem, we have a lot of access to Torah. But what we're going to, it doesn't even compare to what Torah is going to be when Mashiach comes. And Hashem, right? Hashem is very, very, very much hidden. Now we're going to have full, what Hashem is in his full self. You want that, it's specifically through being totally present in Golus in a full way. When you're able to take the preparatory stage, which is now, right? The way the Rebbe puts in the Sikha there is that's not coincidence that we're in Golus. We're in Golus, the Rebbe even says, Bashkacha Protas. Bashkacha Protas, obviously we're in Golus. And it's not by coincidence, it's because this stage now is getting us ready for the state of Geula. And therefore, if you want to bring that out in the fullest and you believe in it, make a plan that Emet Hashem won't be relevant. It won't be relevant in 5 years, in 2 days. But make it from the place of what does Hashem want from me now here, in this state of Galus. And by doing so, you're bringing Mashiach in the most present, full way. So it's not just a just-in-case perspective. It's the most powerful thing that through making a plan, which God willing won't be relevant, that's how I bring about Mashiach. That's through being so present in the Niggin, in the Hachana Niggin, that's how I'll be able to appreciate the goal in the full sense.